good for Campbell's administration, McGrath and Flash.
You're talking to the mayor right now. Mayor Jackson is here.
You don't need to have him. You can talk to me directly. I don't need an intermediary.
Damn. Why is Flash and McGrath still there?
Because they've done a good job.
They've done a good job, but that's Campbell's administration.
It doesn't matter. People do a good job. I don't throw people out on the butts because they were part of another mayor's administration. I can remember when Mayor Campbell came in, she fired all the Mayor White's people, and then I had to work as council president to get many of those people back because they were good people. When I became mayor, I didn't fire her people. Those people I didn't want to work directly in my office, I found them employment in other parts of the city. Those people who did great jobs and were good professional public servants, I kept them in positions, and I gave them different positions, or I kept them in the same position. To me, it's all about the work and get it done. Public officials and public employees are not politicians. They shouldn't be politicians. What they should be are good public servants. And if they do their job good for one person, then they can do a good job for me too. If they do a job bad for a person, they'll do a bad job for me. Flask and McGrath did a great job for Campbell, and they've done a great job for me.
I'm not talking about the job is done there. Why are all the complaints coming in, and it's the same thing that's been happening for the last 15 years?
Well, you're a former policeman. That means that you're part of it too. and so I'm saying that the issue here is about how do we then have reform and how do we correct those bad behaviors? Because as you mentioned, if in fact there are things that are happening and they've happened for a long time, then it's up for us to correct it. Now, when I'm the mayor and we put in place policies for reform, those two men that you mentioned actually executed on those reforms. And they were the ones who held police officers responsible for acts that were inappropriate as police officers, and the use of deadly force, and in other factors. As you know, being a former police officer, everybody wants to judge you by the purity of life, thinking you living in Pleasantville, and everybody you interact with is living in Pleasantville. Well, it doesn't work that way. And you have to have the knowledge of who you're serving and who you're dealing with, and those things kind of move. And you have to have leadership that understands that movement and understand that you are not policing a Pollyanna world. But the question is, in you doing what you need to do, are you doing it in the right way? Are you doing it in a professional way?
What I'm saying, if things does not change at the top, how's it going to change at the bottom?
I have a new chief.
Exactly. I mean, Captain, we know each other. And we all have skin in the game in this. We all have fault and blame in this. And we all have responsibility to make it better. And if people think that the director still runs the police division, then you need to ask every line officer out there who runs the police division. I do. And, for a lot of years, there are a lot of us that have kind of sat on the sidelines and complained about things that were happening instead of going out there and trying to fix them. And, again, we all have blame in this, myself included, and that's why I'm sitting in this position to make sure I do everything possible from my tenure on out to make this division better.
I got a question. We got to go. I know it's supposed to be for you. I got a question. Don't go to. I have a question for you. You retired, right?
Yes.
So have you ever seen anything wrong within the police department while you were serving?
Yes.
Did you report it?
Yes.
All the time?
No.
Why not?
Because I was a subordinate, and who am I going to report it to? I did report it.
You say you didn't do it all the time.
I do have it. Well, you can't report what? There was nothing I had to report.
So if you saw any wrongdoing, you didn't report
No, I
it.
didn't see any of my
That's what you just said a few minutes ago.
No. Oh, you said wrongdoing
Within the police department. Did you ever see any fellow officers do something that was not by the book while you were serving?
Probably, but I can't remember yet.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot, man.
Will you?
Okay. All right.
Okay.